Hintayin lang muna natin yung iba, kasi parang sa akin 16 pa lang kayo. So wait lang natin ng 5 minutes, 'di ba, to enter the classroom. Morning, okey sige po. Wait lang natin yung iba, and then remind me saan tayo natapos nung lecture ko last time check? Kasi sa A, last time, we finished from slide 33 hanggang matapos yung midterm topics. So our goal today is to finish everything for the midterms. Kasi 'di ba next week ano na, college week na. So baka 'di tayo maka-lecture na talaga next week because college week is no classes. So with that, we need to finish everything today. Plus yung pinagawa ko sa inyo na ano, na activity, please accomplish. Eh, wait lang natin yung iba, 5 minutes. Good morning, good morning. Sige po, let's start with the lecture. Sige. So, ayan. So, we will finish everything today. So, correct me if I'm wrong, dito na tayo sa slide na 'to. Natapos tayo sa slide 33 last time, 'no? Tama ba, mga friends? Tanggalin ko na yung camera ko, ayan. So so, we're done with the image processing. 'Di ba may dalawa tayo, we have the pre-medical image processing and we have the post-medical image processing. So, siyempre, the processing cannot happen if we don't have a thing or an equipment that would help us to do the processing. So ano ba yon? Isa sa mga importante pong bagay na dapat meron tayo is yung ating uh, image display monitors. Okay? The image display monitors are very important tools for us to see our image na na-create na natin and of course, to manipulate the image. When you say manipulation, it's all about editing the image. May tatlo tayong image, may klaseng monitors. We have the CRT. Wala naman din tayong ano, aking ay pinapeke. CRT. Bigyan niyo ako ng suggestion ng magandang ano, pangsulat dito sa iPad. 'Di ba, di ka naman masyadong ginagamit, nasira pa 'to, CRT. We have the CRT, LED, LCD. Okey? So, ayan nakasulat naman na. Though, tandaan lang po natin when it comes to image displaying, sometimes natatanong even sa board exam is ano ba daw yung oldest, ano yung pinakauna nating display monitor. The first display monitor was the CRT or the cathode ray tube. Yan po yung bulky na ano, na monitor. If you saw early monitors ng computer natin, ang tawag po diyan is CRT, yung bulky yung likod, yung mga sinaunang computer monitors. So yun po. So kung may TV rin kayo na dati-dati pa, ganun lang itsura ng TV dati. Yung bulky yung likod, mabigat, sobrang bigat. Hindi gaya ngayon, kaya mo ng buhatin yung mga yung LED tsaka LCD. Ang pinagkaiba niya of course bukod sa maganda yung image na naki-create natin with LCD and LED, siyempre mas mabigat yung CRT. So pagdating sa portability, mas madaling dalhin si LED at LCD. So yung mga computers natin ngayon, if you saw my computer sa opisina ko, that is also an LED monitor. Okay? So yung ano, yung sa laptop nyo naman, siyempre, yan po ay mga LCD. Okay? Even din sa mga iPads nyo, 'di ba? Those are LCD monitors. So it provides us better pixels, it provides us better resolution, mas magandang image natin with those kind of monitors. And of course, madali siyang dalhin. Okay? So yun po. So image displaying a computer output surface and projecting mechanism siya. When you say projecting mechanism, it is something that will project the image. It will show us the image. It is a tool wherein we can find the image or we can manipulate. Most of the time, yung CRT and sorry, the LED and LCD natin are ano, are touchscreen. That's why we can edit with the monitor itself lang, yun lang yung hawak natin. So when I was working in the hospital, ang monitors namin ay touchscreen, so we can do image manipulation by our bare hands lang. But we have also the choice na pwede kaming gumamit ng mouse. Pero most of the time what we use is our hands lang, na kami nag-e-edit, nagka-crop kami, para lang nag-a-iPad, okay? So yun. So that shows text and open graphic images to the computer user using a cathode ray tube. Okay? The LCD means liquid crystal display. Light emitting diode, yung LED natin. And of course, gas plasma. Ang gas plasma naman mga friends ay yung ating ano, projector. 'di ba? So may mga classes kayo na gamit niyo ay projector. So that is our gas plasma. And of course, marami pa tayong mga image projection technology na siyempre pupuwedeng magamit din, but most of the time ang ginagamit lang natin sa ngayon is itong mga na-mention natin. So ngayon obsolete na si ano, si CRT, however may mga CRTs pa rin. Yun nga lang may mga component kasi si CRT na ano, na masama or toxic sa ano, toxic sa health. Kaya ngayon pini-phase out na siya, but may mga CRTs pa rin, ang ginagawa na lang sa mga monitors na yan kung sira na talaga may mga, inaano siya, sinisira siya din, may mga kinukuhang parts. Kunyari yung mga copper niyan sa loob, binebenta yan sa junk shop na ganun. So yun. Display workstation and other tools, of course, we have the display workstation. The display workstation is very important because it compose, okay, yan, ang mga nasa display workstation natin is yung mga, ano natin, yung CPU, the computer setup itself. Okay? So display workstation and other tools, image retrieval takes place at the display workstation. So when we retrieve the images, nandyan po yan sa monitor natin. Tandaan, ulitin ko lang, we cannot retrieve images that are not stored. So lahat ng mga images na na-save natin sa server, yan po ay mare-retrieve natin. Okay? But of course, if di natin na-store, hindi natin na-save ang image, we cannot retrieve them. Hindi mo siya mare-retrieve. Okay? So, retrieval term takes place when an image stored in the server is kukunin mo siya ulit. Bakit? For the purpose of review or for the purpose of interpretation, because the radiologist can do image retrieval as well. Pwede niyang kunin yan and of course ipakita niya yun sa monitor niya and then i-interpret niya yan. Always remember, when the radiologist read images, nire-retrieve nila po yan sa server. Okay, nire-retrieve sa server, then that's the time na babasahin nila. Okay? Next. An image retrieval takes place at the display workstation that are connected to the archive system. Archive system is the server through the communication network. So, the communication network na sinasabi dito is the DICOM. So later on, we will be discussing that by finals. So you will know the science about or the DICOM itself, paano ba siya gumagana. So by finals, I will be teaching that. Those are communication protocols or networking protocols. Networking protocols or communication protocols are very important para ang mga images natin or any other medical data can be sent through different computer or kung saan man siya dapat i-send. We have also the two-dimensional and three-dimensional displaying algorithms. The 2D to 3D conversion technique plays a crucial role in the development and promotion of three-dimensional television or the 3D TV, for it can provide adequate supply of high-quality three-dimensional program material. Tandaan lang po natin that we can create images na talagang para siyang totoo, kumbaga para siyang three-dimensional siya. So it is more applied in CT scan, wherein ipinapakita diyan sa three-dimensional images na mismong yung ating data or images, okay, are real time. So mukha siyang totoo, and then in that sense you can easily visualize pathological conditions o kung may mga sakit ba doon. Okay? Next, we have the 3D volume rendering and ray tracing. Pagdating sa ray tracing or sa volume rendering, this is applied in CT scan. So you will be discussing this more pag kayo ay nag-CT scan, but I'll give you bigyan ko kayo ng ng background. Pagdating kasi sa CT scan, okay, bukod sa scanning siyempre, merong technology doon, may control na pupuwede mong gawing three-dimensional yung image. So, that's the time na pupuwede mo siyang kunyari yung heart, puwede mo siyang, puwede mong mapakita siya in a monitor wherein all aspects ng heart can be seen. Kumbaga, from the coronary arteries, from the heart muscle, or even to show some causes or mga possible anatomical uh, related pathologies doon, pwede mong mapakita. So what we do in CT is, kunyari ito yung heart. Totoo naman, mukha naman siyang heart, di ba? Siyempre meron tayo ditong lungs. Ito yung lungs, di ba? Nasa gitna ng heart, ay nasa gitna ng lungs ang heart. So kung ganon, the lungs are lateral to the heart and the heart is medial to the lungs. Diba? So tinuro yan sa anatomy sa inyo ha, yung directional terms. Ngayon, in CT may mga doktor na nagre-request ng volume rendered image. Yan, 3D volume rendered image. The 3D volume image are images that we want to do that focuses on one organ only. Okay? This not only applied to the heart, but it mostly ginagawa rin to sa circle of Willis, dun sa brain. Okay? The blood supply of the brain. Kasi doon yung common site kung saan nagkakaroon ng aneurysm at pagsabog ng ugat. So, most of the time, yan ang mga nire-request ng ng doktor. Even the coronary arteries. Ngayon, the radiographer can do it manually. Okay? The radiographers can do it manually. Wherein, ang gagawin is tatanggalin yung lungs sa picture. Tatanggalin yung lungs na yan. Ang ititira lang yung heart kasi heart yung hinahanap. Ngayon, in doing so, meron tayong tinatawag na ray tracing. The ray tracing is all about this one. So, ang gagawin ng RadTech yan ay ititrace yung heart, and then iikuting ganyan, itong lang na to ay i-delete. Ang tawag sa pag-delete ay subtraction. Ulitin ko ha, iti-trace niya yan, ang tawag sa procedure ng pag-trace ay ray tracing. Ray tracing yan. Ngayon, pag na-trace niya yan, i-delete niya tong lungs. Pag na-delete niya yung lungs, ang tawag sa procedure na yan ay tawag sa procedure na yan ay subtraction. Sinusubtract niya, tinatanggal niya. Tapos same thing gagawin niya sa kabilang part. Ngayon, pag na-delete na yung area na yan, hindi pa yan tapos. Iikutin niya ng konti yung heart, tapos ititrace na naman niya yung matitira pang mga parts dyan, then subtract. Dito rin sa kabila, ganun ang gagawin niya. Ititrace niya yung heart, then isusubtract niya itong kabilang lungs. Hanggang ang matitira na lang is yung heart. Okay? Not three-dimensional. Yung tipong kahit ikutin mo yung heart, diba? Makikita mo siya na maayos. At yun lang yung natitira sa image. Ang tawag po sa image na makikreate is volume rendered image or the VR image. Okay? The tool we use in order for us to create that image is what we call VR tools. Okay? Or the volume rendered tools. So marami siya. Okay? That's the volume rendered tool or volume rendering tool. And of course, tandaan lang po, yung pagtitrace tawag doon ray tracing, and then yung pagdi-delete nung mga parts na hindi kailangan is what we call the subtraction. Okay, so this happens. This is part of the things that we can do with our display monitors. Diba? Aside from, of course, editing the picture itself, because pare-pareho namang may monitors lahat ng ating radiologic modalities. Nakakita ba kayo ng modality natin na walang monitor? I don't think wala. Lahat meron. So this applies to all. Diba? Even MRI, CT scan. But of course, in doing what I've told you, okay, it's only the images that it's only the machine that has that can enable us to create multiplanar images or yung mga images natin na sagittal, uh, coronal, and axial, yung kayang gumawa ng volume rendered image. Pero yung mga one view lang like X-ray, diba? So it cannot create this kind of technology or it doesn't create that kind of image or the three-dimensional image. Pag ang image mo ay isa lang, kunyari nag-X-ray lang kayo, di ba nag-X-ray na kayo sa laboratory. Pag nag-X-ray kayo ng isang beses, sa laboratory tawag doon unidimensional, one dimension lang yun. Isang view lang. So you cannot create volume rendered image with that modality. So for CT and MRI lang to. applied. Okay? So let's proceed to the medical image distribution network and communication. So let's say for example, images are done na tayo sa image when we do the image manipulation, 'di ba? We applied post-medical image processing. We even did the VR images. Now, the next step that we will do is to send. Kailangan mo na siyang i-send. Hindi naman pwedeng mag-stop lang yan dun sa workstation natin na Radtech. We need it to be sent. Kailangan natin siyang i-send sa doctor or i-send siya sa other computers para magkaroon ng access yung ibang doctors naman. Okay? So, in doing so, kailangan may network tayo. When you say network, it is the internet connection. Okay? Internet connection. And of course, communication is all about communication or uh, the connection between two devices or two computers. So kailangan natin ma-establish ang network for us to have a seamless communication. So para madali tayong mag-send ng images from our computer to the next computer. Let's say for example, the doctor, kunyari isi-send mo na yan, kailangan na yan mabasa ng radiologist. Hindi naman magbabasa ang radiologist dun sa workstation natin. Diba? Magbabasa siya sa workstation niya na may dalawang monitor. So, when we do that, kailangan natin ng magandang network para ma-send kay doktor. And we need also a stable internet connection and a communication between our computer and the doctor's computer, and it will happen because of the DICOM or PACS natin. Okay? So, we need a software to communicate. Okay? We need a software for our computer to communicate with the other computer. Okay? When we send image from our computer to the next computer, that is communication. Okay? That is communication. Okay? Sige, i-share ko sa inyo. May dalawa tayong klase ng network connection. Pang-review 'tong tinuturo ko sa inyo, review center ba 'to? Okay. So, may dalawa tayong klase ng network communication. We have the LAN and we have the WAN. Okay? 'Pag LAN, that is local area network. Local area network. 'Pag LAN. 'Pag WAN naman, wide area network. Wide area network. Ano pinagkaiba niyan, sir? Ang pinagkaiba po niyan 'pag LAN, that is local area network, wired po 'yan, wired. May wire siya. Okay? Nakakapag-computer na ba kayo sa computer shop? Yes, siyempre. Okay. 'Di ba sa computer shop naka-wired lahat yung monitor, then naka-connect yan lahat doon sa computer banda doon sa sa control or kung nasaan yung nagbabantay, 'di ba? So lahat po yan ay naka-connect direkta sa Wi-Fi, dun sa internet connection sa wire. Okay? Kaya nga 'di ba kapag magta-time na may oras yan ta's mamamatay siya mag-isa. Kasi kinokontrol yan, kasi naka-connect yan sa wire. Okay? So that's wired. Mostly ang mga LAN connections mabilis. Mas mabilis. Bakit direkta siya dun sa source? Kumbaga ang pag-aagawan ay konti lang. Okay? Konti lang yung magagawan sa connection or doon sa internet. Okay? Unlike si WAN, ang sample po ng wide area network natin is yung Wi-Fi natin. Pinagkaiba niya kay LAN, wala siyang wire. 'Di ba? Pag naman kayo magko-connect sa internet, kunyari sa school, 'di ba may mga Wi-Fi sa school na mabagal. Okay, may Wi-Fi sa school, right? So, all we need to do is to enter, 'di ba? Ilagay mo lang yung password, then mag-connect ka na. Hindi siya wired, 'di ba? So, ang pangit lang diyan since madaming pwedeng i-connect, mabagal siya. Okay, marami kasi kayong naghahati-hati. Pati prop makikigulo, 'di wala na, 'di ba? So, 'yun. Ngayon, in doing the network, in setting up the network, we need to understand the network architecture and topology. So, meron tayo, okay, let's define. Network topology is the arrangement. Tandaan, pag even sa board exam, pag lumabas to, um, ang lumalabas na term dun is arrangement. 'Pag nakita niyo na yung arrangement, matic topology yung pinag-uusapan. Okay? It is the arrangement with which computer systems or network devices are connected to each other. Topologies may define both physical and logical aspect of the network. May dalawa tayo, may physical and logical. When you say physical, it is the arrangement of the devices mismo. Kunyari, saan ba dapat nakakonect ang computer ni Radtech? Dapat ba na kapag nag-send yan, diretso na rin ba kay printer para ipi-print na diretso ni printer? O dapat ba didiretso muna yan doon sa review station? Kasi minsan may mga hospital na rin may review station. Ang gagawin ni review station, siya yung magbabasa lang muna, iche-check lang muna ng Radtech na naka-assign doon kung quality na yung radiograph bago siya i-send kay doktor. So may mga ganong bagay. So physical aspect siya. Ano ba dapat yung connection? Saan ba dapat pupunta? So paano ina-arrange, okay, mismo yung ating devices. Now, meron naman din tayong tinatawag na logical. When you say logical, it's all about the systems or paano ba ang workflow. So, ang pinag-aaralan na natin dito is the workflow. Like kunyari, yung mga naaral natin ng prelim sa workflow, yun ang kino-consider natin, 'di ba? Sa workflow ba, are we following a packed workflow or yung IHE? Kasi kung IHE medyo complicated siya, it will go hand in hand with the physical. 'Di ba kasi may mga devices tayong kakailanganin sa IHE para mangyari yung gano'ng workflow. Ngayon kung kulang, 'di ba? Kung kulang, edi wala, 'di ba? Kung kulang hindi tayo puwede. So that is the logical aspect. Iisipin mo, puwede ba? 'Di ba, puwede ba? Puwede ba yung with our resources right now, kaya ba yung ganitong workflow? It's all about logical arrangement or logical topology. Okay? Network structure and system components. So the network structure is a newer type of organizational structure viewed as less hierarchical, more decentralized, and more flexible than other structures. In a network structure, managers coordinate and control relationships that are both internal and external to the firm. So when it comes to network structure, it also includes benchmarking to other hospital kung ano ba yung ginagawa nila and chine-check din natin ano ba yung readiness ng hospital in improving the workflow, 'di ba? Kung ang isa sa mga challenge dun is the network, eh. Sa network sa Philippines mabagal naman talaga, hindi gaya sa ibang bansa na sobrang bilis talaga kahit Wi-Fi or WAN, 'di ba? I've experienced in Singapore kahit nasa labas ka na ng mall, mabilis pa rin yung internet na naka-connect ka. Lahat ng mall sa Hong Kong at sa Singapore, ano yan lahat, ah, libre ang Wi-Fi sa mall at mabilis. Puwede ka talaga mag-work. Imagine maraming naka-connect pero mabilis. Even yung nasa taxi ka na, papalayas ka na, few blocks away from the mall, may access ka pa rin dun sa internet. Few blocks hindi naman pagdating sa hotel nandun pa. Few blocks away, meron pa, malakas pa rin yung connection. Gano'n kaganda. And hindi tayo magtataka bakit sa kanilang mga country ay nag-a-apply na talaga ng ano, ng IHE because the key to IHE model or integrated healthcare enterprise model is internet connection. It's the network. Kailangan seamless, dire-diretso, walang tigil-tigil ba. Because the workflow there is dire-diretso. Less human intervention siya. Mabilisan. Okay? So, medical image data transfers, images are greatly compressed to speed up transfers without incurring quality loss. Kaya part po ng pre-medical image processing natin is yung image compression because we need to assure that our server will be in good condition, hindi siya napupuno. Bakit? Kasi it will affect the system's performance. 'Di ba ang mga cellphone nga natin 'pag punong-puno na ng mga selfie, ng mga video, bumabagal, gano'n din. Gano'n din po ang ating ano, ang ating system. That's why to handle, um, bigger or many images, ina-apply talaga ang image compression. Ang maganda lang dito when we do the image compression with digital images, hindi nasisira yung quality niya, the same pa din. Okay? Now, in order for us to do this, kumbaga this will talk more on the WAN or the wide area network. We need the internet services. Okay, so let's define muna siya. So internet services allows us to access huge amount of information such as text, graphics, sound, and software. Of course naman, kasi when you open your browser naman, di ba, makakita ka naman ng text. Ang unang lalabas dyan, Google, di ba? Mostly Google. Ayan. So, of course, it has text, may mga graphics din yan, and sound and software. We can download softwares with our server, di ba? With our internet. So, yun siya. So, web applications. Ano ba meaning ng mga web applications? Web applications are the applications that we can download para ma-access natin ang internet services. So meaning, anong sample yan? These are the Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, okay, Google Chrome. Those are the those are the web applications. Web services naman is something that we can do, okay? We can do or access in the internet services. In the internet or via web. So same lang din siya with internet services. Okay? And client server distributed computing. So this talks about the relationship between the client tayo and uh our server. So meron tayong tinatawag na client server model. So later on we'll be discussing. Ayan pala, client server model. It is a distributed application structure that partitions tasks or workloads between the providers or resources service called server and service requesters called clients. So simply ganito lang po yan para madali. Client server model talks about how we can access images from the server. 'Di ba na-save na natin. Ngayon, paano ba magko-communicate ang end users and the server? Of course, we need our workstation, we need our computer para ma-access natin yung mga bagay na na-save natin sa server. Kukunin natin yon, i-access natin, then that's the time that we can see the images. It's very important for us to know this because this is what we always do. We need to check our images. We need to access the images palagi because that's how it is, eh. That's how our job works. Kailangan natin siyang makita, kailangan natin siyang mabasa. Okay? Enterprise computing for medical imaging informatics, enterprise imaging work group. So the enterprise imaging work group defines enterprise imaging as a set of strategies, initiatives, workflow implemented across a healthcare enterprise to consistently and optimally capture, index, manage, store, distribute, view, exchange, and analyze all imaging, all clinical imaging and multimedia. So in short, enterprise computing or enterprise imaging work group, ito po yung mga taong nagtulong-tulong para mangyari ang IHE model natin. Okay, or the IHE workflow. So with that, importante siya. It is very important for us to know this because it will enable us to know paano ba ginagawa ang IHE workflow. Ayan. So, 'di ba napapasarap ako sa lecture last na pala yun. Okay, last slide na yun. We're done with the midterm topics. So, when it comes to this, tandaan lang po that our workflow, especially from PACS to IHE workflow model, it is very important that we have a strong internet connection or the network must be kailangan yan po ay established. Another is kailangan maganda ang integration or the communication between the devices. Always remember sa mga workflow natin, 'di ba, lahat naman ng computer diyan, lahat ng equipment interconnected sila sa isa't isa. Ngayon, what's important there is they communicate efficiently. Kailangan maganda ang communication between different computers. What do you mean by that, sir? Always remember that our workstation must have a better connection with the printer. Printer is a computer as well. So, kailangan maayos ang kanyang connection kay printer. Kailangan ang computer maayos ang connection niya papunta or the wire man yan, kung wired man yan or LAN, kailangan maayos ang connection niya going to the radiologist workstation. Okay? Para madali ang trabaho. Okay? Yun ang key. Kailangan integrated ng maayos. Seamless. Dire-diretso. Okay? So with that, we can address that with, of course, strengthening the network that we have. Now, but in the Philippines, mahina talaga ang net. Pero malay nyo, dumating yung time na para na tayong mga Singapore or Hong Kong na napakabibilis na ng net. So malay nyo naman, 'di ba? So ganon. And then ano pa? Ayun lang naman. So I would like to share with you yung magiging outline natin for final period. So we will be discussing the practical and clinical medical imaging informatics. So mag-share lang ako sa unang part ng mga mga computer or mga equipments natin in radiology that is actually applied ang ating medical informatics. So, of course, most of it naman applied na, but I'll be sharing na lang din sa inyo. Then another that we will be studying is all about the computer solutions for RIS. So ito, mag-aaral na tayo ng RIS or the Radiology Information System. So we will be discussing those more deeply later on. Kasama na rin dyan yung another workflow. So ito, iba't ibang hospital kasi iba-iba naman ang workflow. So pagdating diyan, I'll be sharing with you yung other workflow na pwedeng ma-encounter ninyo later on. Pero siyempre, wag naman kayong maghimagsik. Baka masabi nga, "Hindi, 3 lang ang workflow, mamili kayo." 'Di ba? 3 lang, pumili tayo kung pack tayo, packs tayo. Hindi po. Okay, so maraming klase ng workflow. But of course, meron namang may tinuro ako last time 'di ba, na after nung IHE model meron yung mga steps na hindi puwedeng mawala. So kunyari yung log into PACS, ganyan. So mga ganyang mga workflow. So or mga steps in the workflow, yun yung mga hindi puwedeng mawala. So puwedeng mag-iba-iba siya, puwede siyang magkaroon ng mga changes depending on the hospital, depending on the resources that they have. But of course, you can still classify it kung yan ba ay PACS workflow or IHE, 'di ba? So tuturo ko yan sa inyo 'pag nandito na tayo sa part na 'to. Okay, kasi dito it will also include how the patients, ito may na, hindi lang machine pag-uusapan natin, even the patient, papaano sila nakakasama sa workflow, 'di ba? Yun. So ayan, may mga generic RIS workflow din tayo na model. So dito, ang focus natin more on the RIS. Loob lang, yung pinag-aralan kasi natin 'di ba last time sa mga workflow dun sa prelim are kasama yung buong hospital kasi may integration siya ng HIS, 'di ba? May integration siya ng HIS, may DICOM, PACS. Dito ngayon, ang focus na lang natin is sa loob lang ng radiology. So yun, so sa finals natin siya aralin. And of course, yung PACS system, importante ito. So ituturo ko na rin si DICOM diyan as part. Ayan 'no, DICOM means Digital Imaging and Communications in Medicine. Ayun, tsaka of course, yung last natin na lecture diyan is papaano ba natin ine-evaluate or paano yung mga basic quality assurance and quality control natin when it comes to system. Don't worry, ang ituturo ko lang naman is yung sa level ng RadTech. Kasi as RadTech kailangan marunong tayong troubleshoot or at least we know how to identify if there will be problems or we just know how to identify kung we need to call for help na ba. Okay, kasi as RadTech alam dapat natin yan because all all the thing that we can do or the least that we can do is to identify that there is a problem, that there is an error and call, 'di ba? And call for the persons who can do the correction measures, 'di ba? Kung sino yung mag-aayos talaga. 'Di ba? Kunyari it includes the IT, puwedeng IT related siya or kunyari highly technical siya, we need to call for the supplier and they have their application specialist na pupunta sa atin to fix the problem or kunyari related naman siya sa hardware dun sa mismong machine natin, the service engineer will be called from the supplier or kung may biomedical engineer tayo, si biomedical engineer yung pupunta. Kasi most of the time kung ang radiology department ay nasa loob nga naman ng ospital, so merong mga biomedical engineers ang ospital. So, ang maganda sa atin sa school, we are may ano tayo, may ospital tayo. Therefore, kapag may nagkaka-problem ang machine natin sa laboratory, sila yung unang tatawagin ni Sir Clarence. Okey, sila yung unang tatawagin 'pag hindi na kaya ni Sir Clarence ayusin. By the way, si Sir Clarence ang laboratory coordinator natin. So, siya yung nag-a-assure ng laboratory natin na maayos, 'di ba, na maganda, na na magagamit niyo siya ng maayos. So, yun po. So, ayun lang naman. May questions po ba bago po tayo mag-end? Can I see in the chat box? May questions po. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mangulabnan. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Kian. Thank you, Edric. Thank you, Roch. Thank you, Julian. Ayan, sige po. Kung wala na pong questions, the session today is recorded naman. You can go back. While nagre-review kayo, I know di pa kayo magre-review kasi final next week, eh. Mag-e-enjoy tayo, yun. So, ayan. So, with that, I just want to lastly remind everyone na ang midterm examinations ko, again, is ang coverage po niyan is from prelim hanggang midterms. So, 'pag midterm exam, isasama pa rin si prelim sa pagre-reviewhan, pag-aaralan. Hindi siya iiwanan, mga friends, So, the coverage will be the prelim to midterm topics. Okay, then 'pag finals, cover to cover from prelim. So, babalikan. Konti lang na yung slides ko, kayang-kaya niyo 'yan. Okay? So with that, thank you very much for attending the class, and I hope you learned a lot today. And um, always remember that things may be uh, uncomfortable or inconvenient, but of course, with our collective efforts, you will be a RadTech soon. You will be licensed professional soon. Okay, so maraming salamat everyone. Magpahinga, pwede na kayo mag-lunch. Thank you, bye-bye. Ingat po. Thank you very much everyone. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much everyone. Bye-bye.